George Pickens of the AFC North leading Pittsburgh Steelers is joining the show. He's got his bye week. I wonder what he did to rest and relax and sort of, I don't know, take his head out of making the amazing contested catches that are going to be in highlight reels for years to come. He is on fire right now, him and Russell. They got a little something going on. Can't wait to talk to him. And we also have Trey McBride coming off of National Tight Ends Day, where all these tight ends did their thing, where Gronk came here and took over my show for the week on Wednesday. We have Trey McBride, who is truly emerging, making me look smart, by the way. Is one of the great tight ends in the league in his second year? We're going to get into it with him. We're also going to get you set for Week 9. Kevin Durant stops by with his picks. I know we had one Kevin Durant interview. We've been really stretching it over a couple of days. I'm sure he's happy about that. We have Kaymakers. I crush on those. I'm 2 of 3 of my props from last night. Davante Adams, Aaron Rodgers, are they back? What's going on? Hold on. 12:06 a.m. Welcome to the program. That was really funny. I just love, you see this thing? This thing's just full of goodness, full of goodness. I hope you guys had a happy, safe Halloween. We're going to get into maybe some of that. I saw some okay costumes around the league. We'll do those in our YouTube breaks. Thanks for watching on YouTube this morning. Josh Allen, did you see that, a cat? Josh Allen had a little him and Haley Steinfeld circus sort of moment. It was very cute. They were like very hard launch vibes, which we love to see. We got lots going on. Let's get into what happened last night, shall we? I'm not going to lie. I turned it off and started watching Hocus Pocus. I swear to God, I could not with this first. I could not. I was sad. I was bored. I'm not the kind of person that can watch bad football. Matthew Hamilton, get in here, please. I didn't tell you this, but I absolutely turned it off and started watching Hocus Pocus with commercials.
I had a feeling when the text stopped rolling in that something was going on there. No. But yeah, as someone who's a connoisseur of bad football, I stayed locked in, and it was. It was incredible to see the Jets come alive.
I was more locked in than the crowd was while I was watching.
You were.
You could hear a pin drop in that crowd last night there in East Rutherford. It was just bad, and I can't figure it out. And then I can't watch it anymore. Like, it's one of those like I can't watch it anymore. I can't, when I see it, I'm going through the thing and I see It and all the scary movies, I fly through them because I don't even want to see the covers. When I used to go to Blockbuster when I was little, I didn't even go to that side of the store. With a pinhead, whatever, remember that guy with the pins? What was his name?
Yeah. Hellraiser.
Hellraiser. All those things. I couldn't even see the covers of these Blockbuster video things. I can't watch bad stuff like that. I can't watch scary stuff. And this is just it devolved into being boring, worse than anything. And then they came alive. And then I flipped the channel back. I was following it on Twitter, and I was like, all right. They have those Uncrustables at halftime. Let's do this thing. They came to life, and so did MetLife, and that was great. And there's so much potential. It's all like, oh, how talented, how frustrating, Greeny, like the OGs, the Rich Eisens are like, this is this is the most disappointing thing we've ever seen. And then they kind of finally showed up. Did they do enough though? We're going to get into it. George Pickens will talk about Garrett Wilson's catch of the year. I don't know, one of the greatest catches you've ever seen. I don't want to put words in your mouth, Hamilton, but come on, talk me through this.
It absolutely is one of the greatest catches I've ever seen. To get that shin down as well, not just the one-handed grab. I mean, I do honestly think it was better than the Odell catch. I don't want to be too prisoner of the moment, but I do. I think it was an even better catch than that.
Why?
I just think being in the back of the end zone like that, the degree of difficulty to snag it and then get the leg down in bounds, it was unbelievable. And he was incredible last night, and you could see it finally clicking for him. I'm so happy for Garrett too, because I know it's been a frustrating start to the season for him. We know how talented he is, but that was that's as good as it gets.
And I'm happy for Davante. He was clicking too, and I wonder how much, and I'm not going to take it away from Garrett, but something about them talking to each other, the respect that Adams and Wilson have to be in that receiver room where, Aaron's got his own stuff going on. He's got his own fish to fry all over the building over there. So for them to sort of maybe dig in and help each other out, he had the 91 yards, the dagger late. Yeah. Hopefully Davante's feeling okay. It didn't. He kind of hit either his shoulder, his head, something was going on. He left the game. He came back. Brees looked awesome. It sort of looked like it was going on. What's up?
Yeah, it really did. And even on that, it was interesting to see too, like how Garrett and Devontae played off each other. On
Yeah.
that dagger you're talking about to Devontae, the safety's cheating over Garrett Wilson, which is why he had the one-on-one matchup. So it's going to be cool to see, like, as those two heat up, how defenses decide to deal with both of them, because it's hard to account for both. Somebody's going to have a one-on-one every time.
Was Aaron moving better?
It looked like it to me. I mean, that run that got called back, he was really pissed about it after the game. He said it was his best run in 5 years, and couldn't believe they took it away from him. But you did see there were a couple times where he escaped some pressure. So it did look like we saw earlier in the year in that first New England game, he was moving really well. We know he's gotten a little banged up, but it did look last night like maybe he's starting to get a little bit healthier and move a little better.
Defense, by the way, should not be ignored here as we kick off November when football starts to really gain meaning. Defense kept the Jets in this game. Okay, there were a lot. The first half sucked. It was boring. I'm watching, hocus pocus. Seeing that all come together. It's a 2-6 team. It's not fun, and it makes everything really frustrating because it might be too late. They're a game back in the win column of the Chargers for a wild card spot in 3-6. This is why it's fun, though. I don't know if it's too late. What do you guys think? Let us know at Up and Adam Show on Twitter. They face one team with a winning record the rest of the way. We heard Al Michaels talk about how Aaron sat with him very confidently. I take stock in that, Hamilton, because I look at Aaron and I'm like, I don't know what's his confidence. I don't know if he believes in himself right now. And it's, there's a lot of heavy lifting that he's having to do, that the team's having to do. I don't know if he has faith. I don't know if he has faith. And then you sort of saw it yesterday in his frustration and his whatever. Then I liked hearing Al say that he came to them and he said, here's the path. Look at this. West Coast teams coming around, this. I needed to hear that. That team, that means they're hearing it. They think that there's a chance. There's a path. Not an easy one. Never is with Aaron Rodgers. But let's listen to what he had to say. I haven't heard this yet about what it means. I was, knee-deep in nerd clusters while he was talking about the Jets' outlook going forward.
It was kind of season on the line there in the second half. Obviously, we wouldn't have been mathematically eliminated, but mentally, to go to 2-7 would have been real tough. Hopefully, it's gives us confidence so that we can beat anybody, because we feel like we could. The way we played on offense in the second half is the way we've been kind of waiting for this offense to wake up. And I know, obviously, I was, close to perfection. As I needed to be, but that's a standard I need to play at.
I like the deep part. I just want him to know. Aaron, if you're watching, I like this deep part thing that you're doing. 10 out of 10. This was a confidence builder. Bright lights, home crowd wasn't for you. They're booing. They're saying, I don't even know what they were saying. The broadcasts were trying to muffle it out. Twitter was saying what they were saying. There's a lot of negativity, a lot of whatever. Odds-wise, still pretty long at plus 390 to get into the playoffs, everybody, if you're hanging out over on FanDuel Sportsbook, as you should. But it's a kind of a jump. They jumped from the plus 1,000 they were heading into last night. So there is a chance, Dumb and Dumber style, we're saying there's a chance. And for the Texans, man, this was a concerning one, though. It's the second time in 3 games C.J. Stroud has been under 50% completions. The whole team was sort of out of rhythm. He's getting hit, lots of pressure. Nico Collins, he's expected to be back next week. I don't know what I really expected out of C.J. to get done, but they got the Lions on Sunday Night Football, Week 10. You got to hope that sort of snaps C.J. Out of Hamilton. I'm not going to call. Is it a slump that C.J.'s in? It's also not all on him, and he's also he's getting hit a lot more.
Yeah, he is. And it's not, losing Nico and Stephon Diggs, it's tough to come back from. But there were a lot of opportunities that he missed last night with open guys. There were a couple times with Mechie where he has him open for some big plays and he wasn't hitting them. So you go back to that Packers game as well. There were some real missed opportunities there. So you hope getting Nico back is a little bit of a reset for him. But there is a little bit of a reason, I think, to be worried about what we've seen over this past month.
I've said this all off season. It's very hard to come out swinging, take the OPOY, and then what is your second album going to sound like? When you get best new album, every artist says it's not getting on the map and the road to that. It's once you have that instant success, how do you follow that up with a second album that isn't just put on the shelves and nobody's, buying it. It's hard to do. We look at, Will Anderson. So that's a guy who we love and know that doesn't good. That's what's going on with him. We have to figure out how they can sort of start to look like a threat again. They're getting the love. I loved D'Amico Ryans yesterday with Sherman. I love the whole thing. Houston, they are in control of the South, right? But it's not about that, right? They've slipped to plus 800 to win the AFC, which is what they want to do. They want to take out the Chiefs. Can they do it? Not the way they looked last night. Longest odds, by the way, since they jumped into the contender conversation in the offseason. Very clear separation between the top three. It's the Chiefs, it's the Ravens, it's the Bills, and then literally everyone else in a distance. Good thing for the Jets, not a great thing for this Texans team. So a win over the Lions puts them maybe back into that mix, depending on how they look and all of that. Nico Collins could be that factor. But they got to get better in a hurry this November to get that to happen. Okay, before we get to a break, let's look at Week 9. You're putting your bets up. You're putting your parlays together. We're, of course, keeping our eye on the Lamar Jackson situation. Harper doesn't seem very worried. I don't know. He hasn't been out there for a second straight practice. He's got some knee issues, back issues. They got a game against those Broncos. Sean Payton is looking at that injury report. There's blood in the water for him to do something defensively with these guys. Ravens have gone from a 9.5-point fave, by the way, to 8.5 over the last 24 hours. Woof. Big one in the NFC. Over in the West, Rams trying to inch closer to a playoff spot in Seattle. What are they favored by? 1.5, okay. That's even after Puka's injury scare yesterday, tweaking his knee. That doesn't sound great, but at least for Sunday, not probably beyond that. The game of the week still is Lions-Packers. Oh my, Green Bay, 2.5-point underdog at home. Jordan Love did practice yesterday with that groin injury. We still don't know if he'll play. Obviously a great sign. So off this, I think, there's only one place to go here, Hamilton. It is hunch time. Honey hunches of oats. Let's do this. FanDuel Sportsbook has amazing props. There's over 500. I don't want to sift through them, so Hamilton does.
Yep, and we got a lot of good ones for this weekend. First up, we got the Bills hosting the Dolphins. James Cook's line for rushing yards is 64.5 right now. What's your hunch there? Does he go over or is he held under?
I need the slate. I don't know why I need it. I need the paper. James Cook rushing yards over 64.5. I'm gonna go over because I don't know. I just feel like this is the second time we're seeing this matchup, right? We went over in the first time that they faced each other. He's, and that was, by the way, unlimited touches. He's going to get the opportunity. He's going to get it to happen. I'm going to go well over 64.5. That's my hunch.
I like it. All right, next up, we got Cowboys-Falcons. Bijan's line is set for 72.5 rushing yards. Over, under against that Dallas defense. I'm
going to go over here. I'm with Kevin Durant. Running is great. He likes Bijan, so I like Bijan. I'm obsessed with Kevin Durant. That's my, you should have heard me this morning. I just think he's the greatest. I like his tweets. I like everything about him. He's averaging, by the way, Bijan just under that number, but I never know where guys go to college. I know everything about Bijan because of Kevin Durant, so I think he's going to go over. And it's against the Cowboys, by the way. That's the extra KD dagger in there. Let's do this. Cowboys run defense doesn't scare me at all. They're literally bottom of the barrel. They gave up to over 200 yards on the ground a week ago, so I don't know. Falcons offensive coordinator Zach Robinson, it's in your hands. Big run game guy, big day for Bish.
You do find a way to bring everything back to Kevin Durant these days.
I just like him a lot. I just really like him. He makes me laugh. He makes me giggle. It's fun.
All right, last one. Give me your hunch for one anytime touchdown scorer for Sunday Night Football, Colts Vikings.
Oh man. Wow, if you really look at this, this is odds for my favorite player, these are some of my faves here. Those first three, oh my goodness, how do you possibly pick? I'm gonna go Aaron Jones, okay? He's not Mr. Touchdown scorer right now. He only has 3 so far this year, but it's that Colts defense that I'm looking at, just let's go. They're not good against the run. They're like the Cowboys against the run. So we're gonna exploit matchups here. So I think it's end zone time for AJ.
I like that one, and there might be a little FanDuel Sportsbook generosity coming up for that game this weekend,
too. Why do you know things before I know things? That's not new. He reads his emails, I say. Okay, fair. Ham, I was on the phone with Matthew yesterday, everybody, and he was rushing home from practice. As we all know, you've got a big game against. Don't tell me. Hold on. Don't tell me. It's the place that has the nice new stadium. Something with an M.
Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon. There you go. So you're playing Mount Vernon. You got your skin, and Hamilton sounded like the old man from Up when he's mean, driving home because they were children trick or treating. And Hamilton had road rage in a way that I've never even heard. Like, you've become an old man. It's very fun to watch.
Listen, it was not the children that were the issue. It was the parents. It was, Chris McGowan talking to us about the parents. They turned Halloween into their thing. It's not about you, parents. They're standing in the middle of the road, drinking, not a care in the world. The children are running crazy.
Running amok.
They're not moving out of the way of cars.
I thought you were going to run over someone. I thought, I'm going to get this call, and it's going to be, yeah.
I thought about it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, you were scary. Meanwhile, did you see Heidi Klum's costume?
I did. That was next level.
She always brings it. I remember, when I worked for People Magazine, I, interviewed her every year about her. She just, this is like death taxes, and Heidi Klum knocks, Halloween out of the ballpark. But this is the scariest movie of all time, in my opinion. There's no movie scarier than this one.
And she made it 10 times more terrifying because she wasn't the E.T. head. I don't know if we have the close-up. Her face is in E.T.'s neck.
No,
and,
that's
the makeup
her face?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Because I was like, well, how are the eyes moving? How is she regulating that? Yeah. That's terrible.
She painted her face with the wrinkles of his neck.
It's the scariest movie all time. I just remember seeing it, and nobody was as scared as me, and I could not eat Reese's Pieces ever. I had when he get. It's not the scary parts are when he gets sick.
Yeah.
When you have those tubes and the people, and it was just it was scary, and it was scary. Yeah. No, yeah, make no mistake, it was that, and he's white. He's all white and it's just I remember going to Universal Studios. I was very young, and I had a migraine. I don't know how we got tickets to Universal Studios. It's not something Chester was buying. I don't know how that happened, but I was sick, and I threw up in line during that because they were all the smoke, and I was throwing up but did we get out of line? No. Did anybody care that I was sick? No. Did we go on the ride? We did. You
got to tough it out.
Can't lose my spot. Oh, okay, here we go. Welcome back to Up and Adams. Time for DF. Yes, these are my fave daily fantasy plays. I love doing daily fantasy on FanDuel. And here's who I love this week. Geno Smith at the quarterback spot. Leading passer in the NFL, baby. He's expected to get DK back. Love that. They got the Rams defense. They're coughing up the 5th most yards per pass this year. And he's 74, great value, 7,400. All right, at running back, Chuba Hubbard, 20th at the RB spot. Wow, great value. Saints defense, 28th against the run. We are exploiting these Cowboys, these Colts, and these Saints defenses, these run defenses that are just pitiful right now. And taking a swing at receiver, I'm going to go Adonai Mitchell. Okay, 4,900. You got Pittman, you got Downs. They're dealing with injuries. If they're not 100%, I think we could see the opportunity, the time to shine. Joe Flacco's under center. Gronkowski sat here and said, Flacco's got better chemistry with his receivers. We'll see if they can do it at Vikings. Love that. Okay, we've got lots to get to here on the show. George Pickens set to join us, but I did get to chat yesterday for a sec with Trey McBride, the Arizona tight end who is somehow really emerging as this go-to guy, leading receiver for the Arizona Cardinals. Hasn't scored a touchdown last week, so did we manifest one? Yes, we did. Take a look. Well. If it isn't the household name, the star tight end, Trey McBride. How are you? How is life? And what has this year been like? And congratulations.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. It's been fun. Just taking every week, with a grain of salt. We got a tough schedule. We got a, it started not the way we wanted to go, but at the end of the day, we're fighting back, we're clawing back, and we're at 500 right now. So hopefully we can keep going, keep winning a few games, and find a way into the postseason.
Trey, that's you guys have had the perfect start to the year. My life motto is undersell, over deliver. Don't you think it's a better way to start?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we've been underdogs ever since I've been here. No one's really, counted. I don't think we've been projected to win a game really since I've been here. So just every week being the underdog, knowing, that the world's against us, and then coming out and finding a way to win every week. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm very happy I'm here, man. There's so many tough physical guys on this team. It's fun every week.
Trey, I'm looking at your Google, like I Googled your name, right? And I hit the news tab and I want you to see what comes up. Kyler Murray explains the growth of his tight end, Trey McBride. Trey McBride has proven to be the tight end Cardinals fans have longed for. Jonathan Gannon, Trey McBride's a big time weapon. What is that like?
Yeah, it's cool. It's just funny how everything has really changed in the few years that I've been here.
Mm-hmm.
I get drafted here, and nobody wanted me here. All the fans hated that I was.
Are you real? Hold on. I read that you said that. You really think that? That was the vibe?
I know that's how. I mean, you read it on Twitter, you see it all, and then it's just funny how 2 years later, everyone loves me. I'm like, it's just how it's been. I just kind of keep my head down and stay the course and do what I can every week, and everything will work out.
I feel like you're coming off this incredible game, best game of the season, 9 catches, 124 yards against the Dolphins, fresh off back-to-back down to the wire wins, which we love to see. Is it easy to be Kyler's go-to? Is he easy to build chemistry with?
He's a very talented quarterback, and once you understand what he's looking for and what he does, the way he plays, I feel like I'm starting to learn that and understand the way he rolls, and I'm trying to play off of him. And he's so talented. The guy won Heisman. He's never lost in high school. This and that. I mean, he's a freakishly talented guy, and he makes plays all over the field. So if I get open, he's gonna find a way to get me the ball, whether he's running around all over or he's gonna throw it to me. He's so talented, and I love playing with him.
If you were writing a how-to guide for how to get on the same page, build chemistry, the things that maybe even just a list of like what Kyler Murray likes. Every quarterback likes the same things, but not really. There's different things that are more important than other qualities or pet peeves or ways to endear yourself chemistry-wise. What's at the top of Kyler's list? Like, how do you do it?
Get open. I think that's what I'm saying.
That's every quarterback, Trey.
I think for me, it's just figuring out how to read zones and stuff. Kyler's so good at reading the defense and finding where he needs to throw the ball. And for me, it's understanding what the defense is giving me and me finding a zone to get open for him. He's, like I said, he's so talented. He's going to make plays all over the field. It's just me trying to find a zone for him to throw me the ball.
What's it been like with Marvin Harrison Jr.? Are you some sort of OG on the team? Are you a leader now? What's going on?
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm already in my third year, and I'm one of the older guys on the offense. But no, it's great. Marvin's, obviously a freak athlete, a guy who's the 4th overall pick for a reason. He's a stud and just a guy that I'm happy I get to play with. Take some coverage off of me a little bit and things like that. But no, he's great. Marvin makes a spectacular catch every day in practice, every game. It's just starting to become routine for him, but. I think as he continues to grow in this role that he has and continues to understand, the game a little bit better, I think his career is going to just escalate tremendously.
I've never met him. What a game he had last week, too. Unbelievable. That's got to give him a lot of confidence. Not that he needs it. Does he get treated as a rookie? He has this sort of veteran presence when I watch him on the field.
No, he definitely has a aura around him. He's definitely a guy that you respect, and I wouldn't say he gets treated like a rookie. I think he kind of came in and got that respect from everybody, and every day he proves it to everybody. He makes plays like that every day in practice. He goes about his business. He doesn't talk, man. He just puts his head down and works, and that's what I really like about him is just his hard work ethic, even though the position he's in. It's
kind of wild that you're an OG on this team on offense. At least it's wild and fitting and amazing, and I'm happy for you. And you earned the role, all the things. You do it the right way. Like I remember meeting you at Super Bowl, and it was just sort of this crazy whirlwind. And then you've made me look so smart because I just liked you as a person. And then I really dug into your tape and how much growth you've done year to year and game to game and quarter to quarter. And you just made me look really smart because I called you as the breakout guy. Now you're sitting here with more catches than George Kittle. What did it feel like to beat George Kittle a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, no, he's obviously a guy that is in my division, so I look up to him and watch a lot of tape of him, and every game I try to one up him. It's one more catch, one more yard, one more this, one more. I always try to secretly be better than George. He's obviously a guy who's been a tremendous player in this league and has a great career. So if I can do anything a little bit better than him, I think I'm doing all right. So no, George is great. I'm so glad I get to play this division with him, and I'm excited to have a lot of competition for the years to come.
I hope you're enjoying the success as it comes. It sounds like you are, but you are humble, which is also wonderful. I need you to score a touchdown. That's why I really called you here today. What gives? What's Gannon? What's the deal?
Yeah, I need to get in the end zone as well, but I think if I continue catching the ball, continue putting up good numbers, and hopefully James has 100 touchdowns if we keep getting down there. I don't mind that, but I'll just keep catching the ball, doing what I can, and I'll find myself in the end zone eventually.
Oh, McBride, did you not know that my show is the show that literally calls everything before it happens? Like we when we have a DB or a corner on, we manifest the interception. So no, let's manifest this thing. You're gonna score against the Bears, my Chicago Bears. Take it easy. We're gonna score against the Bears. By the way, they're tough. They haven't given up. They haven't coughed up a touchdown to a tight end since week 1. What is the celebration? Let's visualize this thing.
What are you thinking? I'm thinking I normally just black out and spike the ball and just scream or something. But I need to do something crazy. Maybe I need to dance or punt the ball into the stands or something. I need something, to really let them know I scored my first touchdown.
This has been amazing. I'm so happy for you, and it couldn't be happening to a better person. And take that, George Kittle, when you sweep them. All right, Trey, thank you so much, and I hopefully will see you at Super Bowl, if not at a game sooner.
No, I will. Yeah, I'll see you there for sure. Thank you so much.
See ya. Bye. Bye, Trey. We'll see if Trey and those Cardinals can keep it going and pick up win number 4 in 5 games, just the way I like to see it. A nice slow start. They're going through some adversity. He's the go-to guy. They've got an emerging receiver who's taken his reps and getting things done, coming off such a great game. I like the Cardinals. I don't know how long they're going to continue to be looked at the underdog as this playoff picture sort of unfolds. Okay, time to get to Hammer Time. Yeah, Matthew Hamilton. Did you dress as Thor last night?
I did not. I'm sorry. I guess I dropped the ball there.
You did. You were just too busy.
I just couldn't pull it off as well as Van Ginkel.
Yeah, he should have done that. Yeah, you were too busy mowing down the 18-plus crowd trick-or-treating last night. It is time for Hammer Time. This is where we should cut it. Time for Hammer Time with Matthew Hamilton. I talked about the Eagles establishing their identity. They're leaning into the ground game. Saquon is crushing it, as he should. They're kind of trampling over everyone. But can you tell us about the impact that this run-first approach that they should keep doing, how has this helped Jalen as a passer?
Well, remember, we talked about it during camp with Nick Sirianni when we were down there. Jalen Hurts threw downfield more than any other quarterback in the league last season. And a lot of it was off a straight drop back. They weren't really putting him in favorable positions. But this run game has now made teams overcommit to the run, which has completely opened up their RPOs and the play action pass game downfield. And I'll show you how Kellen Moore is really setting him up for success. Here's an RPO. They're going to have the tight end pull here. He's got the option to hand it off to Saquon, or he can throw this post to A.J. Brown backside. He's going to read that single high safety as this play develops. He sees that he stays put in the middle of the field, so Hurts is going to throw that post to A.J. The linebackers come up as well. The Giants bring a safety blitz here. And watch this too. Safety Tyler Nubin, he's so focused on Saquon, he doesn't realize Jalen still has the ball in his hands. That window is wide open in the middle of the field because of the attention to what's going on in the backfield. So Jalen is going to drill that in there for a first down. And then there's the play action side of things. Let's go to the Bengals game from this past week. Even in a too high shell here for Cincinnati, all eyes are in the backfield on Saquon as Jalen does this play fake. Watch safety Jordan Battle. He is stepping down just in case this ball does get handed off. Devonta Smith is going to run a vertical right behind him. Jalen's going to do a little half roll here and then watches this unfold. Battle gets back in position decently, but that's all it takes is a couple steps for Devonta to get out in front of him, and Jalen throws an absolutely perfect ball. Those 1 or 2 steps you have to come up to pay attention to Saquon can be the difference between a touchdown and an interception. And we saw it with Jalen last year that he was opportunities downfield because the threat of the run game, the commitment to the run game wasn't there the way it is now. And it has made such a difference for him this year.
You got to keep those receivers happy.
Yeah.
That's a big part of this, and it's all working as long as you take the shots when the opportunity presents itself. I have a feeling, as they are the 7.5-point favorite this weekend at home against the Jags, and by the way, their former coach and Doug Peterson, what a game that'll be. This is not a good pass defense right now. Okay, I would if I'm Sirianni, I'm saying, Saquon, let's keep the legs fresh. Let's keep he's on fire right now. But this is where you want to take your shots. This is where you want to sort of open it up to pass and keep A.J. Brown, keep Devonta happy. So, the run-first approach, this is the bread and butter. This is where we need to go. But, I would say this weekend's one of those weekends it's like, as a coach, you have to think, how do I keep everybody involved, happy, whatever. This is an exploiting sort of vibe game, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sirianni kind of hinted at it last game, too, that he wants to, keep the passing game involved, that they're not just going to be a running team and a run first team. So the writing is on the wall for them to open it up. Yeah.
You wrote in the notes bread and butter. Are you 90? What are we doing?
Yes, I am.
They're the bread and butter. So 7.5-point favorites. Who do you think wins?
I think the Eagles win pretty easily.
Just wanted to hear you say that.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah.
Against the Jags.
I still love you, Jacksonville.
Back after this. George Pickens on the program. Top receiver in the biz. Let's go.
All right, okay. We got to address something here.
What?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I kind of... Trey McBride was great. I kind of missed the first half of the interview, though, because I was really distracted by something. Let's bring it up. What's going on here with the hat? Nothing against Kama, but of all the people that I know in my life that would be wearing it, you'd probably be bottom of the list.
It's not camo.
Is it rabbit season?
It's Realtree.
Oh, okay.
It's not. I mean, let me explain fashion to you.
Okay. Yes, please.
It's Realtree, first of all. Matthew Chandler Parsons, would you consider him cool and fashion forward?
Yeah.
Why don't you look at what he was wearing on Run It Back today? He was wearing Realtree.
That's what I'm saying. Is it rabbits? Are you going in your backyard in LA?
No, but
looking for bobcats.
No, but I do. I literally Noah's Ark is being built in my backyard or something. Because let me tell you, I got animals by the pairs just hanging out in my backyard. I sent Hamilton pictures. There's 2 deer now in my backyard. Then there's a bobcat. Then there's a you-know-what thing. Literally Noah's Ark, without my knowledge, is being built somewhere in the radius of 0.5 miles away from my home because it is animal palooza out there. I won't even sit outside of my house anymore.
Kat sent me that picture of the snake a couple of weeks ago. Terrifying.
Are you just trying to get me back? Are you for?
It was just hiding. It was hiding under the car. There you go. But it's Chandler. I don't know. I expect this from Chandler.
It's Chandler. Yeah. We expect this from Chandler. I don't quite know. This is a weak attempt at some.
He actually wore it hunting. No, he's about that life.
Hunting for what? For yellowtail sashimi at Nobu? What are you saying? What are you saying? This is a weak attempt by you.
He's a Florida guy.
To get me back for the truths I was telling about your Yankees. You're acting like I didn't send you to the World Series game, by the way. This is how you show gratitude to me?
Here we go. I was waiting for this.
Oregon, by saying that I'm on the Oregon Trail somehow, hunting for buffalo and bison? What are you saying?
Yes,
by the way,
exactly.
if I had to go on Survivor, I would probably win. I just want to put that out there. I think I could win Survivor.
I wouldn't bet against you.
That's correct. That is correct.
Yeah. What is happening here?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what Duck Dynasty is. I'm sorry. I don't know. So what are we just hanging out here? George Pickens, elusive. He's like a rabbit. Can't catch him. We gotta get him. Welcome back to Up and Adams. Who's scoring touchdowns? I'm pretty good at this. Look how jacked I am in that. These dudes are going to score touchdowns. Listen to me. Week 9. First up, give me CeeDee Lamb at Atlanta, starting 2 heat up. He has seen 31 targets over the last 2 games. He scored 2 against the Niners, and the Falcons have allowed the 9th most touchdowns to the receiver position this year. How about DeAndre Swift. What am I saying? DeAndre Swift. He's swift. He's elusive. He does his thing. He's having a great year so far. He's got the Cardinals. Slow start, but now we're scoring the touchdowns. That's what this game is about, and he's got 1 in 4 straight, and he's going to make it 5 against Arizona's 26th ranked run defense. At tight end, targets on targets for Brock Bowers. Oh my gosh. He leads the NFL in catches right now. He has just 1 touchdown on this season. I think that changes. They got the Bengals defense. They've given up the most catches to the tight end spot this year. I will say it's the easiest pattern to look for when you're trying to get guys into fantasy or whatever is looking at the tight end spot. You can kind of tell who's going to have a great game. I think Brock Bowers is going to eat this week. All right. Lots to get to. Efforting to get our guy George Pickens on the show, efforting to get Devontae Adams on the show next week and restore some normalcy to the world post-trade from the Raiders. But listen, I'm great at calling touchdowns. I'm not as good at picking games. Kevin Durant is unbelievable at picking games. He is 6-1 with his picks, and he joined me earlier this week, but we didn't want to share the picks until right now. Okay, let's do it. Bears at Cardinals. Before I get the pick, you watched the Bears very closely last week. Do they look like a playoff team?
I wouldn't say a playoff team.
Okay, the Cardinals favored at home by 1.5 points. Who wins this one?
I want the hometown team. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals on this game.
Wow, Broncos at Ravens. Before you pick, do you think Deontay Johnson scores in his first week as a Raven?
I don't think so, but I think he has a solid game.
Okay, do they get a win?
Yeah, give me the Ravens.
Okay, Cowboys at Falcons. Before you pick, the Cowboys have 2 straight losses. They're 3-4. What's going on with Dallas? What's going on?
I don't know, and I don't care. Give me the Falcons.
Dolphins at Bills. Who you got? Oof.
I'm gonna go with the upset. Give me the Dolphins.
What made you stop and think? Tell me. You're so good at this.
Tua played last week.
Mm-hmm.
He got a week under his belt, got through the game. Then he got it up. He's going to get more comfortable as the days go on, and they're going to get back to what they was doing before he got hurt.
Jags at Eagles. Eagles, do they take care of business?
They take care of business. Give me the Eagles.
Eagles, and Saquon's the best player alive outside of Derrick Henry. Okay, Colts, Vikings. It's Sunday Night Football. Bright lights. Vikings favored by 5.5 points. Do they win in prime time?
Yeah, this Vikings been one of my most picked teams this year, and they just struggled the last couple of weeks. So, but give me the Vikings this game. I think they'll bounce back.
You're going against your boy Flacco. That's okay, though. Somebody's got to win. Buccaneers at Chiefs. Monday Night Football. Chiefs. Are the Chiefs the scariest team in the NFL now?
Yeah, they got that mojo about them that just feels like they're gonna win every game. And plus, right now, Bucks hurt. They've been through a lot the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Give me the Chiefs.
Love that. Commanders at Giants. I know you're picking the Commanders, right?
Of course.
They're favored by 3.5 points.
Of course.
How much?
Giants want us to win that game.
Why?
They want that pick, man. They're seeing where their season going.
How much do they win by?
Touchdown.
By a touchdown. Kevin, you're an absolute pleasure. Kevin Durant there hanging out. He was 6-1 last week. He is absolutely crushing it. Hamilton, get on in here. KD very much knows what he talks about. He always gives us the Durant Bland special, giving us the update around him. And he is such a true fan. I loved hearing him say, and that wasn't in this little bit, but you guys can go to YouTube to check out the whole interview when he was talking through seeing the Commanders play. And he did what I did with the Jets yesterday. He's like, well, it was good. Like, all right, can't, like, whatever. He sort of thought, because he was, conditioned over years and years psychologically to think, all right, well, this isn't going to go our way, because it never goes our way. And I loved hearing Kevin talk about sort of what luck versus creating luck. And it was this awesome moment where, because he was like, no, luck, we don't get those things. Those things don't happen well for us. And people want to say, like, the Chiefs get the luck and whatever. But it's foundationally and putting forth the effort and having the new energy and building and block by block that sort of allows for the luck to go your way. And it's like a new weird feeling, but it was very fun to hear him as a fan describe that.
Yeah, and it's cool. And we played that bit from Dan Quinn on Monday of him kind of talking about it and how there is a genuine belief there. And whether you think it sounds cheesy or not, it doesn't matter. Having that confidence and instilling that in your players and the guys instilling it in each other. And you could see it in that game, no matter what was going wrong. You know, we've seen teams that melt down when things start going wrong. We've seen teams get rattled. That team didn't get rattled, and they had a lot of bad breaks go their way earlier in that game. There's this belief that, hey, it's going to even out if we just keep chipping away and keep doing what we're doing. And of course, obviously, it did in the biggest possible way.
Do you like their run game? I'm thinking like the Hall of Famer John Randall's in my head right now saying, and Singletary, saying the teams that run are gonna go. And so then I'm thinking in that division, it's the Eagles, and then you're thinking it's like, you know, the teams that can get that done. Like, does the Commanders' run game give you any pause? Because I'm talking like, let's make a run now.
Yeah, no, I think they've done a great job with their run game so far. They're currently third in the NFL in rushing. And we've seen they've actually used 2 back sets with Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler more than any other team in the league. Obviously, we know what Jaden can do with his legs, the element that he brings there. Cliff Kingsbury, it's funny because you don't think about Cliff Kingsbury as being, you know, you think about the air raid and airing it out.
And you also think of the highlights. You have Jaden, and that's what we see. We're not focusing on the run game with the Commanders. We're focusing on Jaden launching it downfield.
And he's gotten that run game going, I think, and in a creative way. And their run game looks so different from every other team in the league. I got to give Cliff a ton of credit there for what he's done.
Love that. I'm looking at this Bengals game, and I talked to KD about this. And Kevin seemed to be, subscribing to the Matthew Hamilton all is not lost theory of we're okay. And then I asked, I told him 0-4, and he goes, that's nasty. He goes, they haven't won it. They're 0-4, and now they welcome a 2-6 Raiders squad to town. They're sitting there 3-5. I know the playoff picture vibe of it. They can't lose this game. They cannot lose this game. I'm trying to think of what it comes down to. T being back and healthy, but they got so bullied last week. I don't know how they're going to get off the mat with this one. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders' run game has struggled. That's kind of the hope.
And then you see Mixon last night dragging people for 10 yards, and it's like, meow.
Yeah, but yeah, the Raiders, that's where the Bengals are most susceptible. I don't know if the Raiders necessarily match up well, take advantage of the Bengals' run D. They're going to have to protect the football. I think Gardner gives you a couple turnover-worthy plays a game. You have to capitalize on those, but it's really just, I do think it's kind of staying the course for the Bengals. You just have to keep building with what they're doing. We know the talent that they have. Yeah. The defense wore down in that second half, but they have been playing better overall. Again, I'm far from out on this Bengals team. If they lose this one, though, you'll finally get me to admit it. But I still think they have a great shot to make a run.
I would like to see them. I mean, if they come out of it with a win, it'll be a totally different tune. Did you see the Macaulay Culkin thing?
Yes.
Have they ever talked, do you think? Like, is that like if you're like Joe and you see, and then basically it's like, it's kind of not risky, but like Macaulay put it out there, like it's like your turn, right?
Yeah.
And so then you're expecting Joe to be like, all right, I'm going to dress up as Kevin
McAllister,
or Richie Rich, which would have been like an alt deeper. Like Joe should have picked an alt like non-Home Alone sort of thing. Like people obviously say that they look alike. Joe totally came out and said like, I don't dress up for Halloween. I don't know what we're celebrating. Whatever he came out super. I'm so cool. I don't want to do this.
Yeah,
which I love.
True. Really threw a white blanket on it all.
But like, what should he? I'm trying to think. Richie Rich would have been the other one. Did you ever see The Good Son?
Oh my God.
Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes.
That's like Elijah Wood,
horrifying.
A cute little Elijah Wood. Oh my God, the ice skate. Remember the ice pond?
Demon child. Yeah.
I think it was. I think if you watched it and it was anyone outside of Macaulay Culkin that played that character, nobody would have like the visceral reaction that we all have from that generation.
It's true.
It's just because he's Kevin McAllister. And it's not about Macaulay. It's about, that's Kevin McAllister. Like, how dare you put him in a role where he is this little maniac and like obviously like a sociopath. Like, how could you have done that?
But that's what makes it so effective.
The Good Son was a crazy movie. Loved that movie.
Yeah.
I might watch that movie.
He,
Okay.
He should have had Charlie Jones as Elijah Wood or something, and they could have done a whole thing on a cliff.
Don't know what you're saying. We're trying to get George Pickens, guys. He's totally curbing me, but we're going to take a break here, and we'll be back with other games that you need to look at. We should get into this Chiefs-Bucks one. I'm sure we will on Monday when we're breaking it all down. Okay, great. Can we see the NFL sort of, they put out some Halloween photos, I think? Oh, we'll do it on the show? Okay, great. Higgins wasn't at practice today.
Yeah, that's the concern. Because
I
that
mean,
offense looks so
concern.
different
Yeah,
when he. No,
sure.
But there's a marked difference in that offense
For sure,
when
but
he's
it's
not
not
out there.
Sure,
Yeah.
so then the defense should do their thing. Make up for it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Especially against this Raiders offense, there's no excuse. So that was it last night, just hocus pocus, and
I had plans.
Was
I had
it
a whole
real tree
I had a
hats?
whole I don't really want to talk about it because I completely backed out of plans.
I'm shocked. That doesn't sound like you at all.
Usually I just say I don't know that I would. I don't know if that's true. If I'm going, usually I just don't go. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
I always just say
once you make
oh,
the plans, you go, but otherwise, yeah.
I think so. I think it's rude not to, but I just for a million reasons I was just not interested in doing anything. I spent the night alone. But I was happy. I was watching Hocus Pocus. I ate my body weight and all the Halloween candy. It was great. It was great.
And almond joys. Yeah, it's great.
No almond joys. No almond joys. Why did you guys get Shams on the show? I still don't understand. We didn't download about that. I was trying. The second I saw Shams, I was like, "What is the Halloween part of what has happened? Was there something else supposed to happen?" No.
Yeah, it's a trick or treat gas.
Oh.
You know, you never know who's going to show up at the door.
No.
People loved it.
Who? Texted you what?
Yeah.
Like he's allowed
People
to now?
loved it.
Okay. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I look down and I can't believe these Chiefs are 7-0.
It is. You know.
How are my Bucks 4-4? You had to pick. Yeah. I think if you. Yeah. Lions or Eagles, right? I'm just trying to think NFC. Who do I like?
Okay. Yeah, right now those are
Packers. I love, and they can win the game on one play because they have something there. I need to see a three game stretch of Jordan.
Yeah.
And health. Eagles are really good. Okay, can we do a couple of picks with Gronk? Okay, let's rattle these off. I want to see how we do here. So Texans, Jets, you have who?
Texans.
Texans, Jets, you've got the Texans. All right, Sunday slate, Fox. Let's go Cowboys, Falcons, at Falcons.
Oh, Falcons. They're finding ways to win.
Okay, love that.
Cowboys finding ways to lose.
Kyle Pitts, ooh, there you go. Broncos at Ravens.
Ooh, I'm going with the Ravens.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Broncos there. Dolphins at Bills.
Oh, Bills.
Yeah.
Bills.
They're really good. AFC is crazy. Saints at Panthers.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Wait, you hate Carolina.
No, I'm just saying.
What
it's
Carolina
tough.
ever do to you?
Nothing. I'm just saying.
Nothing.
It's tough. It's a tough choice right here, but I'm going with the Saints. They dominated them.
No,
at the end of the
Deontay
year.
Johnson. Yeah, you got to pick the Saints. Please, Saints do not lose to the Panthers right now. Raiders at Bengals.
Ooh. Let's go. I got to go with an upset. Here. I'm going to go with the Raiders. I can't pick the team that's favored every time.
The thing that would be great is that this will at least just it'll end the Bengals. If the Bengals win, there's still going to be talk of this hope in this window and the numbers are.
I mean, I like the Bengals too, but they're just not there this year.
Yeah, Chargers at Browns.
Ooh, the Browns resurgence with Jameis Winston. But the Chargers, McConkey came through big time.
Yeah.
Lad, oh my gosh, this is going to be a good game. I like
Cleveland?
In Cleveland too. Ooh, I like the Chargers though. I'm going with the Chargers.
Sorry, Myles Garrett. Commanders at Giants.
Commanders.
Patriots at Titans.
Patriots.
Bears at Cardinals.
Oh.
Coming off that crazy Hail Mary loss.
Bears. The Bears.
All right, we love
The
it.
Bears.
Yeah, it sounds like somewhere Bobby Goons will be hanging out. Jags at Eagles.
Eagles. They're finding their way.
Lions
right
at
now.
Packers.
That's game of the week.
On Fox. What a company,
It's
man.
Lions. I love Fox.
Lions?
It's Lions.
Lions to the Super Bowl or Packers to the Super Bowl? Who do you
Lions
think?
to the Super
You
Bowl.
think? I think Packers are going to win this game. Rams, Seahawks.
Rams.
Colts at Vikings.
Vikings.
Vikings and Bucks, Chiefs.
It's a lot of
Whoa,
games
what
this
a
week.
good
There's
one.
a lot of games
That's your
this
Monday
weekend.
nighter.
Wow, what the heck?
Bucks at Chiefs.
Oh.
There's a lot of games this week. I love
Well,
that
the
take.
thing is that we're going over every game from Thursday to Monday, so
Yeah.
that's why it seems like a lot, because usually you're just picking the games that day.
Bucks at Chiefs.
I'm going with the Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Love that. All right, we'll put that out. You're the best. Goodbye, Gronk. Love having Gronk on the show. Such a treat to have him in studio. Of course, you guys can check him out on Fox, or one of the millions of commercials that he's shooting literally every day. He dressed up, I believe, as Dumb and Dumber with Julian Edelman for their Dudes on Dudes podcast. Love seeing that. A little place called Aspen. We also had some fun Halloween costumes that I have not seen. Let me take a look. See, what do we have first? Okay, this angle I did not see. This is the best coach of all time? Question mark. That's no. Go back to that one. Do not move on from that. No. This is Bill Belichick and his girlfriend, and I gotta give her a lot of credit. It can't be warm, right? End of October. I know it's like 80 degrees in New York, but like that's really sacrifice. They could have done that in a pool. They could have just done it like. Cutely. I wish he would have dressed as Prince Eric. I don't really get like the costume. Like he should have dressed as Scuttle. This was a fail. I need to be on camera. Can we be in splits, please? This is a fail. Bill should have been Scuttle, and then this would have brought the house down.
What is Scuttle? I'm sorry.
Scuttle
Who
the
is Scuttle?
seagull in.
The seagull from Little Mermaid?
Yeah, she should have just been Ariel. This is just sort of like, this is like Kirkland Brand Little Mermaid. Like, what, you know? But I wish them a lifetime full of happiness.
Yes.
I'll tell you that.
Yep. Yeah, I do.
I love an age gap, as we all know. I love an age gap. I got nothing to say about it. Move it along. What else we got? Okay, this is Christian McCaffrey and Olivia Culpo, newlyweds, Dorothy and the Tin Man, and that is a real dog, and the dog wins without a costume. That is the cutest dog I've ever seen.
That is an adorable dog.
This is cute. Love this. Look at Christian's face. Hopefully we see Christian back on the field.
He's supposed to be back next week.
This is Is this Jonathan Taylor? So he's the Riddler and Catwoman. She's a 10 out of 10. Move it along. Where do we get it? This is Kirby Joseph. Okay.
Kirby Joseph.
I don't know what this is. Anybody can tell me what this is? Is Men in Black?
Men in Black.
Keep it going. Myles Garrett. Where are the ones from yesterday? They're like on NFL's page. It starts with Josh Allen. Get Myles out of here. What is this?
God, who's this?
He's the clown or the person standing?
Or both.
Is the clown an attachment?
That is horrifying.
That is not
Too
okay.
much. Not a fan.
And this is another movie I haven't seen, but I know it's Will Ferrell.
Ricky Bobby.
Sure.
First or last.
Sure. Okay, I give this an 8 out of 10. She's stunning. And this is what NFL decided this should lead the page. And I don't disagree because we don't see this very often. Kat, right? Look at this. We don't see this. Are they posting like this now? No, I love this. She's so talented, unbelievably. That's Haley Steinfeld, of course, and Josh Allen, who he had quite a week too. He took his quarterback room to the World Series for the win. Which love to see that. He said we have to celebrate the local teams as we're the only team in New York. Handled that perfectly. Like I love Josh Allen, and he's clearly so happy. Like good for him.
He really is. Yeah, we saw it up at camp too. You had to keep bringing it up, and he was all smiles.
I've never done a couple's costume. I'm with KD. Look at all those couple's costumes we just saw. Have you ever done a couple's costume?
I did a few years ago.
What was it?
When the Mandalorian came out, and Kelly was Baby Yoda,
Oh,
and I
cute.
was the Mandalorian.
That's
Yeah.
cute. See, I like that. I like that costume. All right, we aren't having George Pickens on the show. Not just today, but I'm going to go ahead and guess ever. That's just my take.
At this rate, yeah.
No, I'm
Seems
going to
that
go ahead
way.
and say ever. We aren't unfortunately going to ever have George Pickens on the program. But what do you want to do with these last couple of minutes? No, I don't want to see any more Halloween. Nope, because none of the ones you showed me were funny. So I'm not bet and believe you. What am I looking at?
The Hangover. Dallas Goddard.
And she's the baby.
Zach Galifianakis, and she's the baby.
I don't think
Not
I
bad.
like Halloween. That's what I'm
Yeah.
coming to, I guess.
You're out on Halloween.
I don't know. No, I think I don't know. I have to think about that. I didn't have trick-or-treaters. I thought I'd have trick-or-treaters. I had not one
You ready?
trick-or-treater. Nobody in the neighborhood was trick-or-treating. No one. I don't know the rules of being in California. Do they have like their own? There was like some party, like there were flyers everywhere in the yards and stuff. That I think that there was something that this past weekend that they did instead of trick-or-treating. I don't understand the rules of my neighborhood. No, not one trick-or-treater. Not one.
Leave it to California. Yeah.
I'm being told the Dodgers parade is today. It's downtown. I just want to say, be careful, everyone. There's a lot of ruckus, amok, and a lot of, it's been a wild week. It's a wild time. Have so much fun. Be careful out there, everybody. I know Amanda and Karina are going together.
Oh, nice.
Which I love. My
That'll be fun.
hair and makeup part of our show was going, and I don't think Kat's going. That makes me sad for Kat. Kat's not going. But okay, that's our show today, guys. Sorry we didn't have George. I love the name George. Anyway, we will be
Out
here
on
with you
Halloween
Monday.
and on the name George. There you go.
Yeah, who's on Monday? Oh, Luke Kuechly will be here Monday. And then we're trying to get Devontae on Tuesday. And then, what are confirmations really on this? What's in a confirmation? Commitments. Bye!